Hello class. Tomorrow during our normal math lesson we will be having an awards day program, so we will not get to spend as much time on our lesson that we would really need to. So I have made a little video for you to watch tonight to kind of get ahead and know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be comparing two numbers or groups, and our standard is identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater than, less than, or equal to the number of objects in another group. Example, by using matching and counting strategies. So first off, we're going to go over a couple of vocabulary words. Our vocabulary words this week are equal, which means being in the same quantity, size, or value. And if you ever see the little equal sign right here, that means equal. We're also going to do greater than, which means having or being more. And if you see this little sign right here, that means greater than. One thing you always want to remember, when we put that sign, that the way it opens is going towards the bigger one. We call that the alligator. The alligator wants the biggest number. Less than means have smaller or having less, and it is just backwards of the greater than sign, and it's going away. It wants the bigger one. So now I want y'all to do, what we're going to do is I'm going to count the numbers in each of the pictures. So our first one has 1, 2, 3, so it has 3, and our second picture has 6. So we know that 6 is greater than 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this little sign. Just like this, the open of the mouth is going towards the 6. Hungry alligator wants more. So that was to show you how you can compare in groups. Now we're going to right now we want to just circle the biggest number. So we know that out of 1 and 5, our biggest number is going to be 5. Out of 4 and 3, we know our biggest number is 4. Out of 8 and 2, we know that our biggest number is 8. And out of 6 and 7, we know our biggest number is 7. So if we were to go through and do our little symbols, we would do the hungry alligator going towards the 5. The hungry alligator would be going towards the 8 because that is greater than. The 4 is the bigger number. Open the little mouth towards the 4. And 7 is bigger, so we open the mouth towards the 7. Now this is a little fun one. We're going to learn how to use correct math words. We're going to say greater than versus than bigger. We're going to say less than versus than smaller. And most of the time we still say equal to. So, using correct math words. 5 is blank than 2. We know that 5 is bigger, so we will say 5 is greater than 2. Now, if we're going to do our sign for greater, we know that it looks like the alligator's mouth is going towards the bigger number. So let's see what it's going to look like. Okay, so now we have 1 is greater than, less than, or equal to 1. Well, we know that since it's the same number, and referring back to our vocabulary, being in the same quantity, size, or value, that we know 1 is going to be equal. Lots of little scribble lines there. Equal to itself. So when something is equal to itself, we do the same little equal sign that we've always done in math. Now we have 1 is blank, greater than, less than, or equal to 3. Well, we know 1 is a smaller number, so 1 is less than 3. So when we do our less than sign, we want to make sure that the alligator's mouth is pointed towards the big number. So there we go. Another good thing you can do is if you're having problems remembering some numbers, is look down here at our number line. We know that 5 is right here. And we know that, let's see, and we know that 2 is down here. So we know because 5 is ahead and to the right of 2, it means it's bigger. Same thing with up here. We know that 1 is right here and 1 is right here. If you ever see one number that is the same on both sides, then you automatically know that that is an equal sign. Same thing you can do down here. We know the 1 is right here and the 3 is right here. So we know that the number on the left is 1 and the number on the right is 3. So we know that since the number on the left is 1, it is to the very end. We know that it is smaller than 3 because it's to the left of 3. So I'll have a number line posted on the board just in case you're having some problems tomorrow. Now I'm going to do a couple of little practice. You know, practice always makes perfect. I'm very big about us always practicing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to compare some numbers. So we know that 10 is greater than, less than, or equal to 9. Well, we know that 10 is the bigger number, so we want to do our little Pac-Man, alligator mouth, whichever one you want to call it, towards the 10. We have a 4 and we have a 6. So is 4 greater than, less than, or equal to 6? It's less than 6. It's to the left of the number line. So we're going to go towards, our alligator's going to eat that number 6. We have number 3, greater than, less than, or equal to number 5. We know that 3 is less than 5 because it's to the left of the number line. So we're going to make that little alligator mouth eat 5. Alligators are big animals. They need the bigger number. So now we have a 7 and a 7. So 7 greater than, less than, or equal to 7. Remember I told you if you see the same number on each side, then that is an equal. Now we have a 2 and a 1. We know that 2 is bigger than 1, so we want to take our little Pac-Man, alligator mouth, over to the 2. Now we also have 8 is greater than, less than, or equal to 8. Well, like we said back up here with 7, and back over here with 1, that anytime you see a number on both sides, that means the number is equal to itself. So see, this is how you do it when you're just comparing actual numbers versus in groups. We will be working more on numbers tomorrow, finishing this up, and then we'll move into some more of the groups like we did back on this page with the marbles. I will have some little groups of some different things tomorrow for y'all to do. When y'all come in the morning, this will be on your desk. It's a comparing numbers, greater than, less than. There's no equals on this one, it's just greater than and less than. So when y'all come in the morning, I want y'all to sit down, of course, put your name and the date right here, and then I want y'all to go through and look at the numbers, 2 and 6. Remember that the alligator mouth wants the bigger number, so we got to make sure he goes to the bigger number. After we do all of this, when we move into our math lesson, if we have any time left, I do have some little groups of different things that we will be doing to start comparing on our numbers in groups versus just whole numbers. There's going to be a number line at the bottom of the page or on the board just in case you're having problems putting your numbers together. If y'all have any questions, tell your parents to send me an email or send me a call or anything like that. And I will see all of y'all tomorrow morning.